Hello medical students, welcome. Here is an update from Delhi High Court that dismissed the petition filed by some of the first year MBBS students who have exhausted all the 4 attempts to clear the first year subjects in anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. These students belongs to 2019-20 batch. They have exhausted all the 4 attempts in 2022. When they approached the medical college, the college refused to accept, citing the NMC regulation that limited only 4 attempts to complete their first year MBBS course. Aggrieved by that decision, they approached the Delhi High Court. However, the Delhi High Court upheld the regulations of the NMC and dismissed the petition. This is the gist of the case. I have provided the link in my description box containing the 20 pages of the judgment copy. Parents are requested to go through the judgment, how it impacts the first year studies, and also how the case was dealt and the observations of the judges in this case. Let me start the video now. The Graduate Medical Education Regulation, shortly known as GME regulation, was first framed in the year 1997. In that regulation, a clause was there restricting only 4 attempts to clear the first year MBBS subject. See, this is the clause. No student shall be permitted to join the phase 2 group of subjects until he has passed in all the phase 1, for which he will be permitted not more than 4 chances actual examination, provided 4 chances are completed in 3 years from the date of enrollment. It was introduced in 1997, but later the same regulation, that is the same clause, was deleted in the year 2003. In the above subsection 7.3, the words "for which he will be permitted not more than 4 chances actual examination, provided 4 chances are completed in 3 years from the date of enrollment." This clause was have been deleted in terms of notification published on 30/9/2003. That is, the 4 attempt clause was introduced in 1997, but later it was deleted in 2003. The GME regulation was amended by the Board of Governors in 2019. That introduces 2 clauses. One is the MBBS course must be completed within a period of 10 years from the date of enrollment. Another clause is the candidate must clear all the papers in first year within 4 attempts. These 2 clauses are introduced in the amended regulation. This was challenged by these petitioners before the High Court of Delhi, which dismissed the case. What MCI regulation says in the amended regulation? Clause 7.6 says, a learner shall not be entitled to graduate later than 10 years of his joining the first MBBS course. Another clause is 7.7. No more than 4 attempts shall be allowed for a candidate to pass the first professional examination. The total period for successful completion of first professional course shall not exceed 4 years. Partial attendance of examination in any subject shall be counted as an attempt. The petitioners are enrolled in various medical colleges in Haryana. They have already exhausted their 4 attempts and have now come before this court seeking another chance on the ground that they had suffered immensely during the COVID-19 pandemic. The scheme of the regulation indicates that Regulation 7.7 was added to the amended regulation on GME Amendment 2019 to limit the number of attempts available to students to clear the first year of their MBBS course. In accordance with these regulations, from 2019, a student can avail only 4 attempts to clear their first professional examination. The MBBS includes 4.5 years of teaching training followed by 1 year CRMI. The maximum time available to complete the entire course is 10 years. The petitioners, even after a passage of 3 years, have been unable to pass even the first year of their MBBS course. In sum and substance, the contentions of the petitioners are that the regulations violate Articles 14, 19 and 21 of the Constitution of India. Further, it has been argued that the regulation should not be implemented retrospectively. No other grounds have been availed by the petitioners. The candidates belong to 2019-20. They joined in June 19 and September 19, but the amended regulation came into effect from November 19. The candidates arguing that this regulation, which was effective from November 19, is not applicable in their case as they had joined well before in June and September. The respondent submitted that the rationale behind the regulation was that only students with adequate aptitude and merit must be made doctors in order to serve the general public at large. Further, this requirement was added to ensure that students who have the adequate aptitude are allowed to go forward, while other students may at an early stage, without wasting time and resources, pursue their vocational callings. This is the court observation. Then it is the final judgment. The Delhi High Court has dismissed a challenge to a NMC regulation prescribing a maximum of 4 attempts for a medical student to clear the first year of the MBBS course. Observing that medicine is a noble profession and doctors serve the general public at large, a bench said the rules must ensure only individuals with the inclination and requisite caliber are made medical professionals. The regulation capping the attempts at 4, the court ruled, is not arbitrary and a candidate does not have the right to take an examination for any number of times. This is the concluding part of the judgment. Furtherance to this court order, the Supreme Court refuses to transfer petitions filed in high courts against the NMC regulations limiting number of examination attempts.